This is Next Century Studios.
Welcome back to the Leading Edge Business Show. I'm your host, Dan Ayuto, and I'm here today with Tamara Patzer, and she's here with her new book, Ask Tami. Nice to see you, Tami.
Thanks, Dan.
Nice to have you with us. So, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Tami Patzer, and I'm the owner of Total Audience Market Immersion. That is Tami, T-A-M-I, and I am a person who helps businesses and nonprofits make a larger footprint using social media on the web.
Wow, I totally get it, and I see where you're at, and I know what you do, and I'm looking real forward to asking some more questions here.
Great.
So you recently spoke to more than 1,000 people at a social media marketing event. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, believe me, that was extremely exciting. I am one of Main Street Marketing Machine Fusion's heroes. So what does that mean? That means that I was invited out to San Diego, California to speak to about 1,000 people. That was in early June, and I have been recognized as someone who is becoming an expert in social media around the country and around the world by Main Street Marketing Machines Fusion.
There's a certification coming up as a platinum trainer, is that right?
Yes, I am a gold certified trainer,
Right.
and I'm working on my platinum certification.
Right. You'll be able to rattle that off real soon.
Yes.
To everybody. So who are your clients and how do you help them?
Well, I have a variety of clients. I am focusing mainly on local business people. So I actually have a pest control client, an air conditioning client, and lately I've been teaching a lot of nonprofit organizations how to use social media to reach out to the community they want to reach.
So this is across the board, blue collar, in the trades, in the trenches, and also the big corporate and nonprofits. It reaches across the boards. It really
Right.
does.
Well, in today's economy and just in today's world, it's a reality that you have to be using social media, and someone has to help people understand how to use it because, of course, as you know, Facebook, Twitter, it can really be a big time waster if you're not using it properly. So part of my mission is to help people use it properly so that it can benefit their businesses.
And I know that you do too. I know you've got some specific tools and ways to do these things, and we're going to get into that. Okay. So what are the top things that people need to know about social media today?
Well, the first thing that everybody should know is that social media is not going to save them. A lot of people think that if they put up a Facebook page or a Twitter, that all of a sudden everyone's going to run to their door. It does not work like that. So I like to get that point out there, just because a lot of people think, wow, I'll do my Facebook page and 2 weeks later, my business will have thousands of people knocking on the door. It doesn't work like that. What people need to understand is that they need to start using social media as part of their marketing plan. Old school or traditional media is slowly fading away. It's not gone yet, but I am a former newspaper editor, and I spent about 25 years in newspapers, so I know a lot about the advertising as well as the editorial side of media, and I also am a mass communications professor, so I've had to study what is happening. So it's really important that people understand that you need to start creating a social media footprint now, and that could include Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, but it also can include a good website and a blog. And websites are important because most people think that, you know, all they need is, again, I'll put up a website, people will come. It doesn't work like that. You have to have ways to get people to come to your website, and then once they're there, you have to be able to capture them so that you can start to market to them. And it's all about know, like, trust. That's the buzzword in social media.
Totally resonates, know, like, and trust you, but how are they going to know you unless they can see you? And they're, all of those things you just mentioned add to that getting to know you.
Right.
So they can keep in touch with you, communicate, and so on and so forth. So Google Places is changing a little bit. That's something that people need to know about. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
When you say Google Places is changing a little bit, that's an understatement.
Okay.
Google Places, it literally seems like it's changing daily since December, which at the time of this recording is about 8 months ago. They probably changed in a noticeable way, maybe 4 or 5 times. One of the things that they just changed recently is how they are using reviews on Google Places. It used to be that you could go to Google Places and you would see reviews from all different sources like City Search, Super Pages, Yelp. And so what was happening is many people were rushing to get reviews from those sources. They've changed that a little bit, and now they're picking up reviews from other places, and Google Places itself is really promoting its own reviews. So people have to understand how reviews work. Reviews are important to Google Place users because they help to elevate them. Right now there are 7 spots that people can get on the front page of Google. So that's called the Suite 7. And one way that you can move up in the ranks is to have good reviews about your business. But reviews, it's kind of a two-edged sword, because if you tell people, oh, go give me a review on Google, well, what if they decide to give you a bad review? There's really nothing you can do about it. So there are other things you can do. You can have reviews on your own website where someone goes and does reviews on your website, and then Google can pick those up. And there are all kinds of services. I think that probably in the next 6 months to a year, you'll see many businesses cropping up related to reviews. I've already seen at least 2 or 3 in the last week, and their whole purpose is to get customer reviews and to verify customer reviews so that it is known that they are from real people. So advice, never ever fake a review.
Right. Okay. Now these are some great landmines that you're keeping people from, kind of going into, because they're used to the old school. So this is great information. This is going to help people from making these mistakes, which takes me to my next question. What mistakes are people making in business with social media today?
People make many mistakes, but one that comes to mind right away is related to Facebook. I see a lot of people making personal profiles for their businesses, and that's really against Facebook rules. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is make a personal profile for you, a person, and that means you have friends, and then you get to make pages for your business, which in today's language means that you can get likes. And I just had one of my clients today tell me, she said, I don't like the fact that I can't interact with the people who like my page. And I said, what do you mean you can't interact? All you do is answer their question if you post something. So for example, if you post something on your Facebook page as your company name and someone comes along and likes it, well, you can respond to them as your company and say, thank you for visiting my page. And that will actually then show up on that person's newsfeed. So you can interact with people. It just shows up as your business and not as you, the person, unless that's what you want to do. And
Right.
You can switch back and forth between you and your business.
And that shows up on their pages too. So there's where
Right.
that exponential kind of like reaching out and getting
Right.
into their friends
So
lists.
that's That's just one mistake.
Right, right. That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, and again on Facebook, you can make a lot of mistakes on Facebook. And another one is publishing, this is my personal pet peeve, publishing too much personal information and on your business page. Again, Facebook designed it so that your personal page is personal and your business page is for business.
Great points, great points. So what are the most important tips that you give people to use in social media? Maybe just one. What would be your most important tip for them using
If I had to give one tip today that a lot of people miss, it is start creating videos. Videos are one of the most important things that you can do. They do not have to be heavily produced. They can be simple, made with your cell phone, for example. You can make videos on your cell phone. You can get an inexpensive camera like a ZI-8 or a little Kodak camera. I used to say flip cameras, but flips are on their way out. So you really want to get a simple camera, and if you can get one, like a Kodak has a nice little feature that you can plug in a microphone to it so your audio is better. The thing that people complain about most about homemade videos is the audio quality. So if you can control your audio quality and start creating question and answer videos, you could do quite well with your search engine optimization and get found online and promote your business or whatever else you'd like to promote.
Great tips, great tips. The lighting, the audio, and the video, but
Right.
the audio really does it. It separates you, and the camera view. You know, people staring into their laptop and say, "I'm the expert," with their friend over here and trying to nudge in. You know, it really does discount. So I'd say, yeah, those are great tips that you're
And
gonna.
if you are, that reminds me, if you are using your computer at home or a Skype, think about your background. I get distracted when I'm looking at someone's house in the background. So a real simple fix is set up a curtain behind you or find a clean wall that's very simple, or even a large king-size bed sheet so you can cover up the house so that people aren't distracted by what's going on in the background. Right. And of course, I have one of my things at my house is I have roosters. So, you know, that just lends to the comedy, you know, Tami down on the farm idea. But really, you want to work in a quiet, professional environment if you can. But again, don't let that stop you from producing videos. If you, like in my case, you know, I live on a farm and I can include, you know, the roosters crowing and the dog barking and the cat meowing. It adds a little comedy relief to whatever I'm saying. So don't let anything stop you from
that's part of social media too, is being real. Right. People want to know the real you. Right. So that definitely drives that point. So who can benefit from using your services? We did talk about that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Plumbers, electricians, air conditioning folks, nonprofits, regular business, but you know, overall.
Well, of course, I would like to say everyone, but that's not necessarily true. In the business world, I would say that authors, artists, and experts are prime candidates who can really benefit from social media services. Nonprofit organizations really need to understand social media because the money that is available for nonprofits, of course, is spread very thin, and again, local businesses and large corporations. Social media is something that can level the playing field for all types of businesses and people, but again, you have to learn how to use it. It isn't something that you just go and, you know, slap up a page here and drop a video here. It takes a plan, and you have to be consistent to really benefit from social media.
We have a lot more to learn on that. I know that you've got the answers, so we'll get there. So our viewers are going to find out a lot more of what you're talking about as we go. But, tell us about your Ask Tami TV show. This is where I want to know, this is really something.
Well, AskTami.tv is a .tv web program, and the whole idea, it's really based on my book that I have here. It's called Ask Tami, and the concept of the .tv show is that people have these questions about social media. And I'm the type of person that if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'll find out. And I have studied social media heavily for probably the past 3 years. And I also have a lot of contacts and connections where if I don't know the answer, I can go to experts and get the answer so that you're going to get the answers to your social media questions. And that's what the whole idea of Ask Tami is all about. One of the guests that I have coming on is actually a beauty salon called All About You. And I'm going to be asking her how she uses social media to create these fabulous spa events where she gets people to come into her salon in the dog days of summer, and she has her salon full because she's using social media. So I'll be talking to real people who have real success stories using social media. I'll be offering my own take on what you need to do related to Google, Facebook, videos. For example, my book, Ask Tami, I have 365 tips. So I have a lot of resources to talk about. And again, the whole idea is that AskTami.tv will be a resource for people who have questions about social media. And I know a lot about other things too, sure. Mass communications, media. So as it grows and my knowledge base grows, I think the TV show will expand. But initially, it's all about social media, and I'll be answering questions and showing some case studies so people can learn how to use social media in a way that benefits them.
Awesome. I know that show is going to rock.
Thank you.
I love it. So now, where can people contact you now?
Right now, it's pretty simple. You can just go to my website. It's www.tamiseo.com. And once there, they can actually register to get a nice white paper that I've put together that talks about the future of social media and how it will affect business in the next 5 years. And then, of course, I also do mobile marketing, and they can call my mobile marketing number either by voice or they can text their name and email to 1-941-357-1500. And they will then get an information package sent to them via email.
That is awesome. Well, you've got 4 different ways they can find you on Facebook, and that's the whole point of social media, is be able to reach you and connect. So
yes. Oh yeah, they can find me easily. Type in my name.
Absolutely.
I'm there.
Absolutely. Thanks you
Thanks.
for being on the show and letting us have a window to the world. I mean, this is great stuff, and we look forward to having you back and seeing more and learning more.
Great. I appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank you.
for being here.
Thanks.
Bye.